The Knicks have sealed their fate. Their destinies are set. This coming Saturday, the Knicks are either going to take on the Miami Heat or the Philadelphia 76ers in a major, explosive first-round playoff series. And I think the New York Knicks have the talent on their roster to push through it and win. It's going to be an unbelievable test. But if the Knicks are able to pull out the victory, it's going to help them tremendously moving forward in the postseason. Today, we're going to break down exactly who the New York Knicks should want to face in the first round. And for me, it's very simple. It's only one team the Knicks should have their sights focused on. We're going to break down exactly who that is and so much more today. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. And make sure you have notifications turned on so you don't miss a second of the new content. And now, let's get started. The Knicks set up a massive series and a test in the first round of the postseason. The crazy thing about yesterday, a lot of NBA fans, even NBA insiders, were suggesting that the New York Knicks shouldn't have beaten the Chicago Bulls. Instead, they should have lost that game, dropped to the third seed, and took on Indiana. The reasoning behind that, because apparently Indiana's more inexperienced, and that would have been the easier road ahead. But here's the thing. With the New York Knicks winning the second seed yesterday, what they did was they gave themselves home court advantage in the first round. They've also given themselves home court advantage in the second round when they get there. And I said when, because a lot of people think that the New York Knicks have set themselves up maybe for failure going against the Heat or the Sixers. But for me, I don't think so. The New York Knicks are number 2 for a reason. They win games for a reason. And no matter who's in front of them, they're going to win. And Tom Thibodeau, head coach of the New York Knicks, basically stated the same when he was asked why Cleveland, who could have taken the second seed as well too yesterday, chose to tank and lose to the Hornets so that way they can have a safe first round. This is what he had to say about that. Shout out to New York Basketball on the app X for giving us the following information. According to Tom Thibodeau, he said the following about the Knicks going all out for the second seed while the Cavs went out of their way to lose and have a lower seed. According to Thibs, we just play. We play. I can't speak for Cleveland. Cleveland does what they think feels best for their organization. We do what we think is best for our organization. Shout out to Fred Katz of The Athletic for also following up with the story and stating the following. Of course, as some teams in the rest of the NBA swerved away from two giants in the Miami Heat and the Philadelphia 76ers, the New York Knicks didn't care to avoid anyone. According to Tom Thibodeau, the objective is to win. Put everything you have into winning. That's the bottom line. Shout out to Tom Thibodeau and all of these great NBA insiders for getting us this information. I absolutely agree with Thibs. I do not want to test fate. If you're supposed to play a game and you're supposed to win that game, you win the game. You don't try to play with fate, try to see, well, you know what? Maybe if I don't win this game and I move down to third, it gives me a better shot in the first and maybe in the second round or whatever the case may be. You don't play with fate. I agree with Tom Thibodeau here. You play the games in front of you. You win the games in front of you. You try to win the most games possible. You do that each and every series. And if you do that, you might just come out ahead. The New York Knicks did that. They didn't play with their food like Cleveland did. For some reason, Cleveland thought it would be best to have an easier, safer first round. And shout out to them. If they think going out in the first round and potentially facing the Orlando Magic and thinking that's an easier first round, good luck to them. The Orlando Magic is a question mark. Sure, they're inexperienced, but we have no idea what it means for them moving forward. Let's say Orlando turns out to be one of the biggest and baddest teams in the postseason. Cleveland is going to think they should have probably did everything in their power to get the second seed, but it's going to be too late at that time. But you know what? I don't care about Cleveland. I don't care what they have going on. I care about the New York Knicks and what we have set up, what we have done, and what we have achieved. We are the second seed in the Eastern Conference. We have 50 wins after 11 years of never achieving that mark. That's something to admire, but also something to be respected. This Knicks team is built with no quit in them. They will face each and every obstacle straight ahead without trying to dodge it, without trying to move past it. They are not going to avoid smoke. They jump towards smoke. Jalen Brunson will always take it to your team's best player, your team's best defender. I don't care who it is. We saw him get whatever he wanted against a Boston Celtics team that I don't care whatever Joe Mazzulla wants to say. The reason they played all their starters is because they wanted a true test before the postseason. And they failed. The New York Knicks said, you know what? You want to test against us? You're not going to pass. Because we have Jalen Brunson who's going to take it to each and every single one of your guys. And that's what he did. Jaylen Brown, gone. Jason Tatum, gone. Jrue Holiday, great defender. Amazing defender, gone. It doesn't matter. Jalen, for some reason, if he doesn't figure it out in the first half, he's going to figure you out in the second half. And once he does, he's lighting you up. He's helping the Knicks, and he's helping the Knicks push past you, get past you, and win that game. But let's talk about that first round matchup and the Knicks quote unquote reward for winning that second seed after defeating the Chicago Bulls yesterday in overtime. Shout out to the New York Post Steph Bondy for giving us the following information. The Knicks reward for defeating the Chicago Bulls yesterday is a first round showdown against either Eric Spoelstra's Heat or Joel Embiid's Sixers, the threatening underdogs who face off in the play-in tournament this week, Wednesday. If the Knicks lost to the Bulls, they would have dropped to third for a first-round matchup against the inexperienced Pacers. The number 8 Heat and the number 7 Sixers face off Wednesday in Philly, with the winner coming to the Garden for Game 1 over the weekend on Saturday, with the time to still be determined. The good news is the Knicks have secured home court advantage in the second round, assuming they get there, and they will avoid the number 1 Celtics until the conference finals. For anybody who wanted to play the Pacers or wanted the Knicks to lose yesterday's game so they could drop to the 3 seed, just be sure to pay attention to that last note we just mentioned. The Knicks now, if they win, and I believe they will, and they continue to win in the postseason, they're going to avoid the Celtics, the one team you want to avoid until it matters the most, the Eastern Conference Finals, if the Celtics even get there. And that's the thing. If you don't have to face the Celtics early on, then you have to leave it up to the Celtics to beat themselves, to defeat themselves, because the Celtics are their own worst enemy. And the only thing I can count on is them failing and them not getting to the Eastern Conference Finals. Because if the Knicks face any other team in the Eastern Conference Finals, I think the Knicks are probably going to head all the way to the NBA Finals. If they face the Celtics, it's going to be a question mark. I still give them a shot. Don't get me wrong. I still definitely give them a shot. But let's go ahead and understand what we just read. The Knicks have home court advantage in the first round and the second round, and they avoid the Celtics, all by beating the Chicago Bulls, giving us a great game to close out the regular season, get a week off to rest now, watch the play-in, and now get ready for Saturday against whoever you face. And regardless if it's Miami or it's the Sixers, I think the Knicks have the talent on this roster to push through, win that series, and go on to the second round. And depending on who they face in the second round, I think they can win there too. This Knicks team, like I said before, is built for success. And they're motivated. They're motivated to win for their guy, their 3-time All-Star, Julius Randle. I've said it in a number of videos, and I'll say it again. Hopefully we can get it trending. Win for 30. The New York Knicks are absolutely doing that. They're winning for Julius. They're winning for 30. It doesn't hurt to have a little bit more added motivation headed into the postseason. And Julius Randle's injury is definitely going to do that. But let's talk about that first round matchup this Saturday, whether it's against the Philadelphia 76ers or the Miami Heat. Shout out to Fred Katz of The Athletic for giving us the following information. The Sixers just got their reigning MVP Joel Embiid back from injury and haven't lost since. They are 31-8 when Embiid is in the lineup. It's no secret. The Philadelphia 76ers are a better team when Joel Embiid is healthy and playing. But there's the thing. Healthy. Is he really healthy? He's looked good. He's looked really good in these games. But playoff basketball is going to be more intense. It's going to be a lot more physical. The league is already headed to more physicality. And if they're allowing it during the regular season, I guarantee they're going to allow it and then some during the postseason. And that might benefit the Knicks. It might not benefit Philly because they are dealing with a number of injuries, especially Joel Embiid. And if the Knicks play him physical, they can end up taking him out of his rhythm. And if you do that, even for a little bit, especially in a postseason game, it could make the difference in the New York Knicks winning that series and moving on. And we already know the Philadelphia 76ers, even led with Joel Embiid, they're shaky. They've always been shaky because when Joel Embiid needs to step up the most, especially during the postseason, sometimes he often doesn't do that. He can't step up when he needs to step up. During the regular season, he can. Sometimes during the postseason, he falls short. But this time around, he hasn't unlocked Tyrese Maxey. We don't know what he's going to do or what he's capable of in the postseason. If he turns out to show out and can help Joel Embiid get over the hump, who knows what the Sixers could be. But I don't fear them because we have Jalen Brunson. While we have to figure out Joel Embiid, they have to figure out Jalen Brunson. They have to figure out the pick and roll that he's developed with Precious Achiuwa, with Hartenstein, with Mitchell Robinson, with Dante DiVincenzo, with Josh Hart, with all of these guys. They're going to have to defend his Curry-esque movements because when he gets the ball, he passes it, he bolts to a corner, gets the ball again, and then shoots it. And all he needs is 1 second. Oh, and by the way, if you're his defender and you take your eyes off of him, even for a split second, he's gone and he's making you pay. Alex Caruso, one of the best defenders in the league, got torched by Jalen Brunson game after game after game. You want to know why? Because Jalen Brunson is becoming unguardable. And when you have a player like that on your roster, it means anything is possible, even beating a team like the Philadelphia 76ers. A team, mind you, that if the New York Knicks faced, the New York Knicks would be considered the underdog in that series because they have Joel Embiid in that matchup. And the Knicks, even though they have the second seed, would not be given that respect. But you know what? It's nothing new. Keep disrespecting the Knicks. See how that does for you. You know, a lot of people disrespected Jalen Brunson. What has that done? Oh, yeah, turned them into a superstar. But go ahead, continue. But what about the Heat? Let's talk about the Heat. Well, according to The Athletic, the Heat are notorious for outplaying their regular season record in the playoffs. Never in a more obvious way than they did last spring when they jolted to the NBA Finals as the 8th seed, a run that included a second-round trampling of the Knicks. And this brings me to the exact question I asked to start this video. Who should the New York Knicks have their eyes focused on, set on, to want to face in the first round? That's the Miami Heat. Why? Revenge. Get your demons out of the way and move forward on a clean slate. You do that against Miami, the team that sent you home last year. The New York Knicks are going to go forward in the postseason without any fears, any type of obstacles or adversity, and they're going to think that they're going to beat every single team moving forward. They believe that now, but if they can defeat the Miami Heat, the team that sent them home last year, it's going to be a statement win, a statement victory in that series, and it's going to help propel them, give them so much more motivation and confidence in the postseason. The postseason is not only built on your health and who you have available, it's your confidence level. How confident are you each and every series that you face that you can win? With Jalen Brunson, he's always going to give you the confidence that when you walk into a series, you can win because Jalen Brunson makes you believe. He makes you believe because of his strong play, his superstar play. Yes, superstar play. Let's admit it at this point in time. He is a superstar in this league. He has turned into a superstar this season right before our eyes, and he's done so because of his amazing play, his work ethic, and his never say no attitude. No matter who he plays, no matter who he faces, no matter what the odds say, it doesn't matter to Brunson because Brunson's going to step up, he's going to show out, and he's going to prove to you why you should never count him out, why you should never count the Knicks out. Why are we talking about potentially, oh, we don't want to see this team, we don't want to see that team? I don't care. If it's the Sixers, bring it on. The Knicks are going to take you down. I don't care if you're Joel Embiid. We have a Jalen Brunson. He's a problem. Nobody's figured him out yet. So I don't care about the Sixers. Miami, though. Miami. I want you. I want you. I want Miami so we can turn the page on that chapter and say, yes, you beat us last year, but we beat you this year. Even without our 3-time All-Star and Julius Randle, we still beat you because us as this Knicks team right now, we have enough. We are the 2nd seed for a reason. We didn't get there by luck. We didn't get here because we hoped and prayed for it, even though I'm sure that had something to do with it. We got here because we played for it. We got here because we're a good team. We're a great team. We're a phenomenal team. Jalen Brunson makes us a team you have to fear. It makes the New York Knicks a team you don't want to see in a 7-game series. And it makes this Knicks team going to destroy any team it sees in the first round, whether it's Philly or whether it's Miami. But I want it to be the Heat so we can make a statement, we can win that series, and we can move forward, letting everybody know that it doesn't matter who the Knicks face. We're always going to come out ahead because the coaching that we've had over this season makes us know nothing else besides victory. Victory is all we know. Playing with who we have available is all we know. Next man up mentality is all we know. Why would that change in the postseason? If anything, it's only going to get stronger. Everybody on this roster has bought in. We all believe. This fan base, we believe. We have also bought into Tom Thibodeau and what he's preaching. Defense first. Defense is our identity. Physicality is our identity. And on offense, we believe in Jalen Brunson and everybody else to get it done. We're not going to be an easy out. You think we're an easy out? You think you're going to walk into the Garden and try to take it away from this Knicks team? Good luck. This Knicks team is going to turn heads, and it's going to make everybody who's not a believer in the postseason. Wait and see. But what about you guys? What do you think about this first-round matchup with the New York Knicks against either the Miami Heat or the Philadelphia 76ers? And who do you want the New York Knicks to face in the first round? Let me know in the comments below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knick fans. Peace.